Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to our Rookie to Champion adventure on World Snooker Championship 2004. Today it's time for the 20th instalment. Can you believe we're already at episode 20? It's quite phenomenal, but it's time for our second session of the British Open semi-final between ourselves and Matt Hindle. Now the stats might not suggest this, but we are 3-0 up in terms of frames and Matt Hindle is just about to make the break in the fourth. Of course today if we win 3 out of the 4 frames we can go to the final of the British Open very quickly in this match, but somehow I don't think it'll be that easy, although we won the first 3 frames quite easily. I'd quite like to see Matt Hindle come back at it a little bit, but obviously not too much.
Good break. Now, what's the best option here?
Decent break from Matt there. Certainly nothing on, I don't think, here. There's this red, but I don't really fancy that at the start of this frame. But really, there's not really anything else to play, so actually we can catch this one quite very thin actually, and we won't hit the red on the way back, so that's all good. So I'm happy to play this shot. Nothing too hard, just get it back up to bulk, hopefully. This should be about right. Maybe a bit hard, which might leave him on one of the reds, I'm not sure. We've hit that as thin as possible, and yet, well, he did get back to the bulk, but he has got a pot on if he wants to take it on, but it's a tricky one. Perhaps being 3-0 down, he might not risk it. Let's have a look. He's going to go for this far red on the cushion. Whether he just goes for the safety on that, I'm not sure. Perhaps tries to put the cue ball up behind the black. I don't know whether he's clever enough for that. He's not done badly though there. It's a decent safety shot, but we've got this red that's a little bit out of the cluster, which is straight into the top pocket, so not brilliant from him. Going to try and perhaps get on the blue or the pink, depending on where the cue ball stays and where it is going to be. Looks, yeah, it's going to be the blue, isn't it? But the cue ball gets past the blue without touching, and John seems to think that was a tremendous shot. The first pot of today's episode, and it goes to us. Nice pot there. Now we're on the blue, I think, anyway. Yeah, quite a straight pot on the blue, and we're going to hit this and try, and no, we can't really get into the pack, unfortunately, here, can we? That's a bit of a shame. Might use a bit of. Can we use a bit of screw back and get on the red? No, I don't really want to risk it. So it's quite a bit of top. Again, we can't really get the position here because it just curves outside the pack. But well. As long as we get the blue and get decent position, we can always roll up the cue ball to the reds. There's no problem there. Nice pot.
That's a good start.
Have we left anything on? Wonder if this red at the edge goes. Let's have a look. I don't think it does. This red here, no it doesn't. No way it does. Yeah, and as Dennis says, the best move here is a safety shot. And the safety shot we're going to play, it's the one with the least risk, is to just put up the cue ball to the reds. And roll it up to the reds. Hopefully it touches, but hopefully it's not touching ball at the same time. So he does have to hit the ball into the reds somewhat. But he's got to be a bit careful here. He might collide with the pink, so he's got to be careful with that. That's kind of the protection for the reds, but funnily enough he's tried to hit that one quite thin that's at the top of the table. That's quite a nice shot actually. So we've got the ball at the top of the table, but yeah, as John says, I think we're going to play it safe, which once again we'll just combine us, put it into the pack.
You should be able to find a safe area for the cue ball.
This safety battle will go on for quite a while, I can imagine, just until oh, that's very close to the green there. Good shot, mind. But no, is there a gap? I don't know if there's a gap here. Past the blue. There certainly is if you go for the tight pot there, but I don't fancy that. So just going to try and hit this as thin as possible and get it on the bottom cushion. Just so he can't pot that red that we're touching now, and he can't put any of the other reds. We'll see how this goes. It's not the worst shot ever. Bit too hard, but it's a tricky pot on the red that we have left, so I don't know what he's going to try and do here. If he gets the pot, that'll be quite impressive. He's had to hit this with quite a bit of power, and the wrong ball's gone in.
Well, I could see that coming.
Well, would you believe it? He went to put the red in, and the cue ball went in off, and the red was nowhere near the pocket. Well, we can have a look at this and then force him to continue if we need to. But is there really an angle on this red? I don't think there is. I mean, it's a tight angle. Would we rather him play it? I think I'd rather him play it, but See, if we had the benefit of an overhead camera, we'd be a lot better in this situation. No, I'm gonna let him play it. Because if this goes wrong, which it's quite likely to for us, then it would be a danger. But let's see what Matt Hindle can do with this. He probably will get the pot, but I didn't want to take the chance particularly. And there we go, he's got the pot. Fair play. Not that he'll do much with this opportunity. He'll get the brown, but the reds really aren't developed, so unless he does something here to develop the reds, ooh, he's going to touch on the reds here. No, it's not actually, he's played that quite poorly. But he's wasted that opportunity a bit there. He could have developed the reds. The position was looking good, but it lacked a little bit in the end. It looks like he's going to try and play it in the bulk, and the safety battle will continue. Well, the first two frames were quite long frames, and it seems this one's going to be as well. Unless someone's brave enough to open up the reds, which I'm certainly not going to be that person. But at some point it happens, a player makes a mistake, or a player's bold and goes for it, flukes a red, or they make a mistake by going for it and it doesn't come off for them. But that's a good shot, back up to bulk. What's he going to play here? Another safety, I think? Yeah. Both players, including Matt, just wise to the fact, look, oh, that's a nice shot, actually. A little bit further to the left and he would have snookered us. But that's a good shot. Let's hit this. Luckily, that edge red is there. We can hit that quite thin. And that'll actually go back into the pack a little bit more then, so it'll make his shot a little bit harder. As long as we don't hit the cue ball into the pocket, which I don't think we will. This could be a risk. Where's the cue ball? Where's the cue ball? Just hit off the cushion. Oh, I said, didn't I, before we took the shot, that we could commit a foul by potting the cue ball. And we've both conceded a foul so far. But, oh well, it doesn't matter. He gives away 4 points, but in the context of this, it's not really that important. Particularly as we're 3-0 up, there's not so much pressure on us. Don't need as much power on this one. We're hitting this one very thin. Should just come back up the table. But this safety battle could go on for a long time. You know, we've seen in snooker before 40, 50 minute frames. And this could be one of those. I hope it's not, but neither player's giving anything in terms of anything up. Which is fair enough. And finally, he has made a mistake, has Matt Hindle.
Position on the black is worth
and he's certainly given that up now. Now, can we make sure we don't replicate that mistake and make sure that we get a pot here? These are always tricky into the middle pocket, but I think we should be alright. As I said, they're always tricky. I had a feeling we'd missed it, you know. To be honest, we had no position. We got position on a red, funnily enough, but there's Matt Hindle, and here is his chance possibly to build up a big break. He managed to develop the reds, and, well, he looks like he could benefit from this now. Poor shot from ourselves. What was that bloom? That was tragic. Has he left anything on? I think he has. I think he's left this red. Yep, he's left this red. Quite soft then. Hopefully get on the black. It's not going to be an easy job to get on the black, but hopefully we can. We know the red's in there, that's for certain. I think we are on the black. Oh, that's unfortunate. If that red wasn't there to block, we'd be on the black. But luckily the blue's there. Tricky pot this is. Because we don't know where the straight ball would go. But I think this is okay. There we go. Nice pot.
6.
Ooh, it hits off the gap there. The bump of that middle pocket. There are a lot of reds to choose from, agreed. We'll go for this one, I think. It's the one that stands out, and it's the least risk, so we'll go for that. I don't think we'll be able to get on the black, but it's worth having a go, isn't it?
7.
Oh, I think we are on the black. It's not the nicest of pots, so we might go for the blue if we don't fancy this, but I think this should be okay, so we're going to go for the black. Can we get a bit now? No need for screw. Yeah, this black should be okay. It's a bit of a risk to take on, as it's a bit of a tight angle, but we've potted it.
14.
Have we got any position? It all depends whether that red bypasses the green, doesn't it? Which it doesn't. Okay. Right. Does this red go? That's touching the other one, I think. No, it's not actually. No, it'll collide with the other one, that's the problem. If not, that would have been a good pot. Well, that's a shame. Just check that red. Yeah, I think it would. Okay. Safety shot required then here. And I think we're just going to play it up to roll the cue ball up to this one. Hopefully not enough so it impacts it, but that should be fine. The red that is by the green won't go, so he's going to play a safety here, it looks like. Back up to bulk, that makes sense.
This one isn't going to be easy.
And he hasn't left anything on, so fair play to him. So we might as well just play this fin and get it back up to bulk. That red that's hanging by that's close to the pink is worrying me a little bit. If we don't get to a position that we are close to now. Come on, keep rolling, keep rolling. We haven't probably hit this hard enough. Actually, that's fine. Good shot. Just considering what to play here is Mike. Matt even, not Mike. I had a few comments last time about Matt Cardle. Going to play Matt Cardle in the British Open. Oh dear,
Might
brilliant.
play a shot to nothing.
I might go for this red, you know. I fancy it. I do. If it goes, great. But if it doesn't, well, I don't think Matt's got the potential to clean up here. Good pot.
Very
And
good
we're
shot.
really well
That's a
onto the
shot.
black. Bit of luck you need sometimes,
What a
but
shot.
good
Let's look
positioning,
at it
good
again.
pot as well. And just the right power to be comfortably on the black. Get a bit of screw back here. The pot should be fine as well. Sometimes you focus on the position too much rather than the pot, but the pot should be fine.
That was a great pot. What a pro.
Screw didn't really go the way I wanted it to there. But we have got a pot on, I think, into the top pocket, haven't we? Yeah. Again, it's a tricky one. Not the best to play, but we're going to go for it. That should be about right. It might be a little bit far off, but looks good. And it certainly is. And that's a pot. And if we've got position, well, we've got position on the pink, which is great. The green might be better, though, for the reds. So we are going to play the pink. The green, sorry. Get a bit of screw on that. This will be 3 more points to our break. We're working our way towards a 4th frame. Not really made this easy for ourselves here, have we?
If he gets the red near the black, he'll get good position.
So Dennis thinks this red goes. Well, see, is that still touching? It's not actually now, I don't think. No. I don't think it was before. It was just going to collide with the other red. So I'll take Dennis's advice, and if it's wrong, well, I won't be happy with him. But it'll help to push these 2 reds away. And it's gone. Beautiful.
13.
Unfortunately, that pink's not going to be on just because of how hard we've hit it. I don't fancy the black at that sort of angle unless there's nothing better on the table. I think that blue will be better. That pink doesn't go, does it? No, I'm just checking. You know what? We might as well go for the black. It's a really tricky one, but we might as well go for it. Like I say, it's not the easiest of shots, but there's nothing on the table that's particularly easy, so we might as well go for it. And it's dropped.
20.
And we've got good position on the red here. Well, I can see one anyway. And it's this red here. Up and off the cushion I'm planning here rather than a soft shot. There you go, that's dropped.
21.
Is the position on the black? Absolutely. There's also a position on the pink, which I think we're probably best taking rather than the black. Might be wrong here, but I think we're okay. In terms of our positional game. Of course, it's going to be very thin, so Cumul might end up somewhere near to where it is at the moment, unless it hits this red. Oh, I don't believe it! Oh, it's gone in off. Well, that's unfortunate. Really unfortunate. We were starting to build a bit of a steady break here, but it's typical. I said this could be bad if it collides with the red. And it's gone in off. Well, there's a few awkward reds left on the table, so I'm not too fussed. What's he playing here? Absolutely no idea.
Taking on the more difficult shots. He's having no luck with them at all.
Very peculiar shot. Bet the one. Does the one at the top of the table go? That's a very peculiar shot from Matt Hindle there. Really had an opportunity and he goes and wastes it. Well, I've got no sympathy with him this frame. That's the red down.
He played that well.
And the blue should be on the cards here. Might as well play this soft to get position on the can we get position on the red? We need to screw it back, don't we? If we're going to get position on the red into the middle pocket. But another 5 points this will be. And I have to say, it looks like a fourth frame on the bounce is imminent. That's really good position, perfect. Unless that blue's got something to do with it. No, it's fine. It's a tight pot, this is. In fact, a very tight pot. Is it worth the risk? We've got this pot on here, actually, which isn't so bad. Here comes another point, hopefully, unless we muck this up. There we go, nice shot. And the black's now out of its position, which somewhat helps us.
Here.
Seems daft, but it does.
If he gets the green, he'll hopefully get good position.
Now, I was going to go for the green anyway, just for the sake of the easiest shot. Just want to make sure we don't want the cue ball to fly off the cushion here. Have we got anything decent in terms of position? Well, actually, what about that into the middle pocket? It's a tricky shot, isn't it?
Do you think he will play safe here or try for the difficult shots?
Unless we play this one across the cushion. Oh, there's a few shots here that we could go for. All associated with some form of risk. But I fancy this one along the cushion. Need some pace to these shots. If you hit them too slow, they tend not to go in. Which is usually the opposite for shots like this. But no, it's not dropped. That's unfortunate. We've got plenty enough margin, so I'm not too fussed. Sorry about that. Yeah, we've got a big enough margin, I think, here. Just to see what he can do here. Well, the black's out commission, so's the pink here, I think.
Will give him good position.
Well, he's going to play the pink. I wouldn't. I think he's potted the pink. Unless it's not hard enough. Oh, it's a real shame that is for him. Not hard enough, that wasn't. It was really well lined up into the pocket, but it wasn't hard enough. And I'm going to be honest, we're going to take advantage. Pot the red. Pot the pink if we can get to it. Yeah, we can. It'd be brilliant if we can get some backspin and get straight into these reds again, wouldn't it? Let's have a look. Can we go into these two reds? Oh, that's a shame.
7.
The answer's no.
Be the frame clincher.
We were close, but we're 45 ahead with 43 to play, so hit this fin. Go for a bit of a shot to nothing here. This could go in if we're clever enough about it. But the frame should be over now. Ooh, cue ball probably just hitting the object too hard there. But he can go for a snooker to get back into this. And he's potted the red.
1.
Is the pink of actually the black's back in commission now, isn't it? He's not going to give up just yet, as Dennis says. Oh, he's missed the black. Well, he got himself in decent position, to be fair, there. Can't quite be a 100 score for us, unfortunately, but if we clean up the table, it's a 97.
1.
It's not too bad, is it? If it will go for the blue, just put position on the yellow. Depends if it gets past the blue, I suppose. The yellow, I suppose. It should be fine. Nice.
6.
Well, I said it would be good position on the yellow. That was crap. Didn't quite think the cue ball would travel so
I
long.
wonder how this will affect the opponent.
Well, just going to give this a belt. Down the table. It won't get past the blue, I don't think, into the bottom pocket. But it's worth a belt. And, oh, that wasn't too far off, actually, but... Well, he's got to have had enough now. Yeah, he's conceded the frame, and we're now 4-0 up. Only need 2 frames out of the next 11 to go and win this match. Well, Matt Hindle really hasn't been any sort of opponent, has he, so far? Been very weak. Unfortunate, you could say, but very weak at the same time. And that was just what you want to see when you're 4-0 up in a match. Good snooker off the break. Luck was probably associated with that. Didn't really mean it. But we'll take it all the same. And if he develops the reds nice and quickly, that'll be another frame that we can have. And he's hit the pink.
What this game is all about, and that was a particularly nasty snooker he was in there.
We've done that plenty of times, hit the pink ourselves. Just checking this red doesn't go. No, we're going to force Matt Hindle to continue. Let him play on. There's no sort of shot we can play here. And he's just tapped the reds, which is what we would have done, so fair play to him. Touching ball though, so...
Yeah, I think he requires a safety shot here.
We don't have to hit it off a red. We can just get it up and down the table. Or up to bulk. Nicely played. Well, he's given that a whack. I don't know why. Really peculiar play from Matt Hindle. It has been all day. Don't know why he's played that shot. Really don't. Fancy the long red here. And being 4 frames up, it's worth the risk. Even if it's not quite on target, it's worth the risk. And this will be the first part of the frame if it goes. No, it's just missed. Probably a little bit too hard there. Too much towards the bottom cushion. But we'll let him have a go now. And he's missed the red. Well, Matt Hindle is crap. I think we've established that. I think he's possibly the worst opponent we've played throughout, which is a real shame. You know, we've genuinely had some challenges so far, in my opinion. I know they're not real players, but we have had some challenges. Stuart Bailey, I remember in one of the matches. Who was that other guy? Marzotti was rubbish as well. But we've had a few good matches. But I have to say, this one and the match against Marzotti have been quite poor in their standard. We've potted the blue.
6.
Got away with that one, blimey. But it's good practice. Again, I hope the final's quite competitive. I'd like to win it, of course, but it would be a shame for us to win it 9-0, for example, if it's a best of 17, as I understand it will be. But that's not the best shot, is it? Don't think that pink will go. No, there's not much we can do. We can go for a bit of shot to nothing here. Try and pot this blue. I don't think it'll be anywhere near. But it is worth the risk. We only need 2 frames. Oh, A up, A up, A up. No. But I thought it was following the blue here. I thought, oh, we're on something. There's a long pot on, actually. But he won't take it. Not that, well, I didn't realise that one was still there. But that's his first pot of the frame. Let's see what he can do now. Much, I imagine. It's a real shame not to be challenged. And Matt Hindle hasn't challenged us at all during this game. I mean, he's just missed that green. If you know you're not going to pot it, you just wouldn't go for it, would you? And it's only a matter of time, I think, here, to be honest, until we take our 5th successive frame. Might as well give it a good whack, get it up and down the table. Nice shot.
5.
Now, see if we can develop the reds a bit more, get the black in commission.
Taking the red near the pink.
Red near the pink? This will be another point. I know we're just whacking it about now, not really interested in position, but at least the black has moved. Don't fancy the pot on it particularly. Just going to go back to basics with the yellow. Another 2 points, but they all count, as I've said numerous amounts of times before.
8.
It's back down the table and we've got a chance here, because the reds are all quite nicely spread out now, so to not get position would be a bit unlucky, wouldn't it? Although this is a bit of a trickier pot than it seems. Hit this a bit softer. No, it's not gone. I did think it would be a tricky pot.
There are a lot of
I think in our complacency, not being challenged by Matt Hindle, we went for that silly pot that we probably wouldn't have gone for else. His positional play is quite good. I must be fair to him. His positional play is quite good. But even when he gets the cue ball in a good position, he misses the shots. When he's potted that black, fair play.
8.
But you don't get to a semi-final by being crap.
There's a chance that he'll go for position on the green.
But the system of this game to put you in tournaments with players that are at your level is a bit silly, really. If you didn't know, the game puts you in the tournaments with players that are at your own level. So if you're at ranking level, I don't know, 140 like me probably, you're not going to be playing your John Higgins, Ronnie O'Sullivans, Mark Williams. That's a bit of a shame. Although we wouldn't be able to compete with them. Yeah, well, it'd be a better challenge than this, I have to say. And because we're not challenged, we are going to win these games easily. But that being said, we've not really done anything special today. We haven't needed to, though, do you know what I mean? You know, we just need to focus on in getting through this. And I think that the final might be more of a challenge, but it's worth thinking that. We don't know until the first frame of that final. Bit fortunate for that black to drop there, I have to say.
Potting the red near the green should help his position.
That one near the green will go. I think this one's probably a better pot, though, to get position on the black. It's a tricky pot, this is. I'm going to have to learn to get a bit more confidence in these pots. And that's a good shot. And nicely onto the black. It's a tight black, but it'll go. Most certainly. There we go, it's dropped.
16.
That's not bad on a red. One of these reds will go, whichever one we decide.
From the red near the yellow.
Red near the yellow? Well, we could say that, I suppose. Check he doesn't hit the red yellow. No, doesn't, that's fine. Another point will be scored here. If we get the red, of course, that is. No, we've missed it. What a plonker. I don't know why I was lured into doing that by Dennis there. Silly. Could have gone for one of those pots down the table, but I didn't. And he's got the pot and he'll get the position on the black. And it's really frustrating. We just keep lengthening out these frames. We should not clear the table, but we should do well to get a few of the balls and make sure that we don't have to play any extra snooker than we have to. Ultimately, Matt Hindle can win a frame. We make so many mistakes and Matt Hindle will win a frame, although looking at that sort of shot, I doubt whether he's got the credentials to win a frame. This one should go in the middle fine. There you go, nice shot.
Marvellous. Fully committed.
Blue and pink are a bit out of commission here, aren't they? Yellow's an easy pot. Green gives him more points. Makes sense, doesn't it? 20 points will be the lead at this point. Not been a high scoring frame at all.
4.
Not really giving us any sort of position though. Might as well play this one. It's not going to hurt. No, it's not dropped. I didn't think it would. Ooh, it's just come off the bump.
Played so perfectly.
And actually, it's made sure
Try
that...
for the red near the pink
I
spot.
think he's not in position for anything here. I might be wrong. Red near the pink spot. It'd be a good pot if he can pull it off. Well, if he can pull that off, why can't he pull simple shots off? That's a shot that we'd struggle to pull off, whereas we pull off some of the easier shots that he'll miss, like that one. But he's potted that this time, to be fair to him. 3 reds available. It's going to be very tricky to get that last red that's by the blue and the pink, I have to say.
5.
He's potted that. Brown he'll go for now, I would guess. Now, what's he going to do? Well, he's missed that. He got a good position on this red. But we're going to have to tackle that red, unfortunately, if we want to win the frame. Matt Hindle has got a chance here to win this one. Especially when we're hitting shots like that. God almighty. But luckily, I think the black's blocking it, so he's going to have to negotiate that red up the table. Never mind position on the blue. He's got to move the blooming red first. I'm not really sure what he did there. But we're going to go for the long pot on this one. Much prefer that than a risky shot on the red. 1 red left on the table then. It'll be the blue that's a shot of choice here. Yeah, position's not going to be great here, to be honest. Well, we're hitting it with the butt of the cue. And this could go flying off the table.
Well, one more red.
Decent shot though in the end. And one more, it's onto the colours, absolutely. Will this go into the corner? Might as well give it a go. Again, I don't think he's going to clear up here, is he? So, there you go. Sometimes it works. And sometimes you get perfectly on the black. Well, not perfectly, but fairly onto the black. But the blue might be the shot of choice here, just to clear the way. Oh, no, we can't really play the blue. I think the blue is in the way, which will be a bit of a struggle. Pot the black, though. And we've got a chance of wrapping the frame up. There you go.
40.
That ball's in.
Well, that could just be the frame clincher.
Well, 27 to play for, 29 ahead, so we might as well give this a belt. Try and get the double, perhaps. I don't fancy it, but you never know. And we've given him a much easier pot on this yellow, but he'll probably miss it knowing Matt Hindle. But he's got to get a snooker to stay in this frame. Well, he's missed the yellow, goodness knows how.
It might be worth
Unless he was going for a snooker, but he's not a very good one. Should be an easy shot on the yellow. And it's dispatched.
He likes the long pots. He's not afraid to go for them.
Might as well belt this green. Nothing could go wrong, I don't think. Oh, that's unfortunate. Very nearly a, I think it was a triple there. Or a treble. Oh well. Matt's missed that one. Unbelievable. I don't know what he's playing here. Trying to get us to miss, obviously. Plonker. Well, going to hit this with loads of top. Give it a bash.
3.
And there we go. Brown on the table here now. Not bothered if we don't get this. If we don't get this, he will concede. No, we've missed it.
Well, that was a difficult shot he took on there.
I'm guessing he'll concede anyway
What
here.
he's doing. Didn't pay off this time, though.
Is he going to play on? Yeah, he's going to play on. Well, I don't know why you go for the pot. Perhaps he'll concede now, I'm not sure.
It looks like he's carrying
With
on for a
18
bit
to
of
go.
batting practice.
Yeah, a bit of potting practice. He hasn't had much of that this game, has he? He'll miss the blue.
He must certainly be in the driving seat now.
And I might as well play on. Because he can't concede from the seat, unfortunately.
Well, he really slammed that one in.
Naturally, you just think, oh, I'll concede, you know, and once I've missed that, get on with it. But players can't reach agreements like that on this game, so you have to play on. You could just deliberately miss. But no point of that, you might as well play on. Of course, I deliberately missed there. But he will concede now, I'm sure.
Yes, he's had enough.
And we need one more frame now to get through to the final of the British Open. And Matt Hindle has really been poor, I have to say. We've demolished him here. It's been a very easy semi-final.
Good break. Cue ball to
Oh, lucky. Well, it will probably be the last frame of the game, so we might as well just give this a belt, to be honest. Oh, hello, ref. Give this a belt. Try and get it in the bottom pocket, and if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. But I think even if we developed all the reds and put them all in different pockets, Matt Hindle wouldn't win the match, or win the frame either.
He should be able to.
And to be fair, it's not a bad safety shot in the end, funnily enough. Doesn't really leave anything on. Might go for this long pot on the red here. Again, don't think it'll go, but we might as well go for it. No, it doesn't.
This one
But it doesn't particularly matter. I don't really fancy a safety battle in this frame. There's no need for one.
Yeah,
Well, he's missed the red somehow. Well, might as well pot this red, seeing as he doesn't want to. There we go, that's potted.
Shot. A lot of power behind that one.
Now, is the blue on here?
The yellow looks to be the best pot.
Yellow does look to be the best pot, correct, Dennis, but we want to get on these, on the reds here, ideally. Just check this goes in. It's a bit of a tighter shot than you can imagine. But if we pelt it, put a lot of top on it, hopefully the blue should go, and then we should develop the reds. No, it's nowhere near the reds. Goodness knows what we played there. Just missed the reds, I think, to be honest, which is a bit unfortunate. Just hit a thin shot on this red. Any luck, it'll go. No, it's not. Oh, and we've potted the cue ball. Well, I think our complacency's starting to come in a little bit. I think we should just wrap up the match before we start doing silly things like that. He's forced us to continue here, although I'm not sure why. I think he's probably just down in the dumps, doesn't want to play on anymore. And nor do I, to be honest. I just want to get this wrapped up. No, not into the pack again. Unbelievable.
Sensational.
The best shot here looks like the brown.
The brown. Is it the brown, Dennis? Well, looks like a good shot to me. Give it a pelt. Hopefully get it. I'm trying to develop the reds the best I can here. And that's dropped. And there we go. That's finally it. We won't get any position, I don't think, but we finally developed the reds a little bit. Just play this up behind a red.
He should be able to play.
I don't think he's got any position on any of these reds that are just outside the cluster. Ooh, unfortunate for him. Nearly got that one into the middle pocket. I don't think he intended to, but he nearly did. But now we can get on with it a little bit. Now the reds have been broken. He hasn't took the opportunity, which to be fair wasn't a big opportunity anyway. But now we can get on with things a little bit.
All sorts of shots available here.
Pink will go. That'll be another 6 points. Good shot. Nothing really goes though here. Don't think this red goes, does it? Oh, I can try it. Oh, it's worth a go. Particularly because Matt Hindle doesn't seem to be any sort of opponent, and it's not dropped. But funnily enough, it's right up the top of the table. But I think he'll get this pot, unless he's looking for a safety. No, he's going to play it. Don't blame him. There we go, he's potted it, and he's got good position on the blue. Right then, another 5 points up for grabs for Matt Hindle here.
That's a
Good shot.
So how far can he go with this?
Well, exactly. How far can he
Looks like
go?
the red by the blue will lead to good position.
And he's missed that. Well, it just shows how bad he's been all game. Although, admittedly, he's not left it on here, which is really annoying. How can you miss that short shot? Goodness knows. We've missed it too, but wasn't really on there, was it? And somehow he's missed that one as well. And it's practically the same shot we played earlier, just with a tighter cue ball. A tighter object ball even, sorry. But we've potted that one. Good shot. Blue will go here.
One free red. He needs to break up the bunch here.
Correct. Hopefully give it a bash now. Pot the blue at the same time. That would also be nice. The blue's gone. Just hope one of the reds doesn't go in here. And that's the reds well and truly developed. No, I don't fancy the long pot. This is probably a better one. Nice and soft here. Hopefully get onto the black. That would be nice.
7.
There we go. We're on the black, I think. Might as well play some exhibition shots from now on. Just want to make sure we make this black. Which we have.
14.
From here, though, it should be pretty much plain sailing, I can imagine. Just concentrate now. I think that's what I've got to do. And then the fray will be pretty much over. Because the balls are nicely spread out. The black, the blue, the pink are all in play.
15.
Probably too hard there for the black. Does the pink go here? It will. Be a good shot, this would. It's a bit of a risky one into the middle, but fingers crossed it goes. Ah! Annoying. Now Matt's going to play a few.
Yeah,
No doubt miss one in a few shots' time, like we did, to be honest, there with that pink. We should have gone for the black. Here he comes.
8.
Good shot.
Well, there's a wide choice of reds on the table.
Well, he's missed that one. Will that be his last shot of the game? I doubt it. I think there's still a few shots for him to play. Because we'll probably miss this one now, but I think Matt's going to finish the game with a break, possibly highest break of about 15. To be honest, I'd be surprised if we made a 30 break, but
1.
nonetheless, yellow might be the shot of choice here, just to keep ourselves on the table. Make sure we can hit a nice shot and then get the pot and get it back down the table.
Good pot on the yellow.
3.
There we go.
Well, he'd probably want
Nice
to try
position on that one into the middle.
pink here.
Might as well get position on this blue. If we can. There we go, that's in. Black positions there though even. No, is it? No, that's a bit of a risk. I wouldn't bother. Pink's probably the best shot though here. Try and make sure this goes in. Could be a risk. Not a certainty. No, it's not gone in. Oh, I thought it was going to go in off that red there.
Poor shot there.
Yeah, poor shot. Fair enough.
Cue ball's
Matt
tight
Hindle
in the
comes on
choice.
again.
That's going to make the shot tricky.
I mean, we've given him the maximum amount. I think this just shows that even if you give Matt Hindle 25 chances in a frame, he won't finish it. Whereas, I don't think all these players are the same. You know, some of the other players we've played, we only have to give them one sniff. And, for example, Hugh Lloyd, I think he got a 60 or 70 break.
Very
The same
good shot
certainly can't
indeed.
be said for Matt Hindle.
Sensational.
Hugh Lloyd, of course, our semi-final opponent. Want to hit this a little bit softer just to make sure we get some sort of position on a red. Might be a bit too soft, I'm not sure. No, it's fine, it's in.
6.
Not really got the position on the red though. A little bit harder would have done actually, into the middle. Well, we can always give this sort of shot a try. It's about as thin as it will go. So, we might as well give it a go. No, it's nowhere near. Well, if this is your first episode of mine playing snooker, trust me, they're not all as bad as this. We're just trying to get this over with now, and it seems to be so painful that neither player can pot anything. But oh well. Should be our frame very, very soon.
1.
Seems to be queuing well today.
Yellow's on here. It's not a very fluid system, I have to say, this game, for switching between players. WSC09's much better at that. Seems to be quite drawn out frames on this match, whereas you can't really skip the shots from opponents. What's an opponent when you're at home? Don't know. But this red, a colour, will secure at least a 30 lead. Not the easiest of shots, mind. There we go, it's dropped, and would you believe it? I think we haven't quite snookered ourselves. Oh no, the black would be. What black would go here? Trying to make sure we do pot it, just so we don't look like an idiot. There we go, it's potted.
11.
One of the reds will go here.
Give this 100%. Potting the red will give him the frame.
Well, what Dennis said. Not going to be that fairy tale end, probably. We probably won't pot this, but if it is, we're into the final of the British Open, and there we go. That's the pot. Good position on the black. This black will confirm it, I would say. Gonna give it a good whack. Go Ronnie's style. If we could, we'd change the hand we were playing with. I mean, we're bad enough with our left hand. We might be better than with the right, actually. But there's the black.
The last pot should have made the frame safe.
And that should be the frame and the match. Game, set, and match, as they say. And we're going to give this a good belt. Not fussed about what happens to it. If he comes back to the table, well, good for him, but I don't know what the point is. He's looking for snookers. He's 5-0 down.
1.
Well, he's played that well. Fair play to him. He can keep that as a memory of the match. But that's about all he's going to play. Matt Hindle concedes the frame and the match, and we have won the semi-final of the British Open 6-0. I apologise, folks. It wasn't an exciting match. It was really boring, to be honest. We just smashed it. We just smashed him, and there we go. The crowd gonna applaud us there. Oh, I mean, they're not even gonna show us waving to the crowd, but we're now into the final of the British Open. We're just gonna confirm that by checking the standings. But as you can see, no break above 30. That's quite unbelievable in that match. Our highest break, I think, was 24. His was 17. That is quite unbelievable. But there we go. It's confirmed. We're in the final of the British Open. A best of 17 encounter against Robin McCallum. Well, let's have a quick look at how we've got there. So we beat Matt Hindle 6-0. We beat Hugh Lloyd 6-2. We beat Miles Otti 5-0. And David York 5-4. What about McCallum? He beat Alfonso Torres 6-1. He beat Scott Ryder 6-3. Pascal Moulin 5-3. And Ding Junhui. Well, that's an interesting name to have beaten. We said someone had knocked him out, so he might well be a bit of an interesting opponent, could Robin McCallum here. Interesting. He might have something up his sleeve. But the first episode of that will be on Saturday. The first 4 frames, the first session of the final will be on Saturday. So if you might want to make sure you don't miss that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to make sure you get notifications for the video for the video to be out. Should you be watching this at a later date though, the end screen will pop up very shortly with the full playlist, which will of course include this episode, the last one, all 18 before it, and the next episode if you're watching this at a later date. But thank you very much for watching, folks. I've been TIJ Gaming. Thank you for watching and thanks for your support up to this point. And on Saturday, folks, we're playing it large. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.